Hello, I'm Tyler. Probably know that from when you looked up who submitted the assignment. Anyway, so when reflecting on this, my relationship to physical activity started 15 years ago. It seems like a long time, but it's actually quite late. See, I didn't go to school. I'm actually about to turn 30, so I was a teenager when the first time I ever at all thought about physical activity. See, I'm a nerd, and I was watching anime, and I found one about boxing. And so as soon as I watched it, I wanted to be a boxer. That was it. I wanted to be a boxer. So I started running. I lived in a small town in the prairies. There's nothing around me. I couldn't go to a boxing gym. I couldn't afford anything to learn to box with. Nothing. But I could run. So I ran. And I did it badly. I didn't know about warming up and cooling down. And I messed up my knees and my legs. I got shin splints every time. And looking back, I kind of feel like I was pretty tough because every time I ran, which was every day, I would end up in severe pain, and I'd still do it. So, boxers, tough. So that's how it started. And then eventually, I'd been about 14, 15. Eventually, I did move out, and I moved to the city, and I went to an actual boxing gym. And I learned to box, and I was a boxer. Never competed, but I was a boxer. And so that's really it for a long time. Eventually, I stopped boxing. The gym was pretty small. A lot of the members left. The good coaches left. There was one left. He wasn't very good. And so what ended up happening was my first time producing physical activity because I was one of the only senior boxers left. Eventually, the coach would focus on the people that did compete. Me, I had a big beard, long hair, so I couldn't. And so they kind of ignored my training. And so they would go with the people that could compete and ignore me. Okay. And I would go and I would coach the new people. So I became a little bit of a boxing coach. Wasn't good at it, but I could teach them the basics. So that was my first time producing physical activity. And then eventually I did leave, and I didn't think about physical activity for a long time after that. I'd lifted weights with this old pair of dumbbells that I had every now and then, nothing really consistent or significant. But my only physical activity for years after that was at work. I was a laborer for a while. Then I went back to university, and I didn't work anymore. It happened. Now, eventually, as a student, I did start working out. I was never planning on being a kinesiology student. I am now, but I never planned on that. I was thinking business or computer science. And I found kinesiology and I loved it. And that was it. I was going to go into kin. And so physical activity kinesiology really affected what my future is going to be. Because I was never going to be in kinesiology. I was never going to have this kind of job. Now I want to be a chiropractor. That was never the plan. Computer science or business. Nothing remotely like this. Hopefully that plan sticks. Anyway, so weights, I find them boring. I find going to the gym very boring. So what I do is I consume physical activity. There's your second point there. I consume physical activity in the form of classes. I take dance classes. Mostly I was doing boxing classes. I do kickboxing classes. I take any kind of fitness class I can that I can think of that works for me, I plan on actually learning how to swim. Hopefully I'm going to drop some weight and learn how to climb. I like classes. I like learning these different forms of physical activity. And so that's how it changed. It became less of a this is what I want to do and more of a this is what I need to do for my own sense of self-respect, as it were. So it kind of changed that. I do enjoy it. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy a lot of it, but I don't do as much as I have been. So it kind of changed in that way. And another way I can consume physical activity, meaning physical activity, is I buy all their stuff. Anytime I go to a new place, I buy stuff from that place. My kickboxing place, I have 4 pairs of hand wraps, 2 pairs of gloves, a hoodie, and a heart rate monitor. Off the top of my head, that's all I can think of that I have from them. That's quite a bit. I think I might have a shirt too. From the boxing place, I got 2 pairs of hand wraps, a cup, a pair of boxing gloves, and some headgear. Oh, and a mouth guard. So this is all things. The Ballroom Dancing Club I was in for a while, the US Ballroom Dancing Club, I got a shirt. That's it so far. But they're shut down for the last couple of years. So the salsa place I was going to, and as soon as they said they had an online store, it's like, oh, I gotta get some. Which I don't. I don't. I'm not even that good. So I kind of tend to very much want to be a part of these different forms of physical activity. I want to be part of the community. I want to be able to have those bragging rights and say yes, I am a salsa dancer. Yes, I am a kickboxer. Yes, I am whatever it is at the time. And so that's one way that I kind of find meaning in physical activity, is it's very much about becoming more cultured, having more of a way to say, like, having more of a... So, I'm a little out of breath because this is take 2, because in take 1, I turned so hard, my glasses flung off of my face. But there are no pictures or videos of me doing any kind of physical activity. That's never been something I found the need to do when I was doing it. So, I figure, I got the gloves, I got a small amount of room, maybe I can still do this. It's been a while since I've shadow boxed. Kickboxing, it's all in the bag, and it's very much about fitness and not about technique. So when I box, we'll see what happens. I think I'm still pretty good.